Hi, everybody. This is a discussion about AI in marketing, including SEO and organic marketing. Let's begin. In this presentation, what we will be talking about is all about AI and how AI is not the technology of the future. It is the technology which is here today. Even in 2020, when the COVID pandemic hit, uh, OpenAI had ChatGPT, GPT-3 algorithm out. At that time, the models were downloadable and you had to fine tune the models on your own machines. Even at that time, the models were not completely reliable. You had to give multiple prompts to be able to get even one proper answer. So, this kind of hype for AI has been here for the last 40, 50 years. Every 5 years, a new cycle used to come. But starting 2023 with introduction of ChatGPT, when you gave one answer and you got one proper answer, it was not a you didn't have to try to get a proper answer multiple times. Since then, AI has shown that it has reached a capability that you can rely upon the answers. With GPT-4, the things have gotten much better. So what I'm talking about is that the technology is here today. It's akin to you standing at uh, dot-com era in 1999 and seeing forward that over the next 25 years what's going to happen. Now with the potential hindsight that you have, you can see that over the past 25 years everything has gotten digitized. We now have digital mobile phones, we now have systems and work processes, we now have completely work from home. Everything is changing the economy based on that thing. Today we are at that moment for AI. It's a technology which is just starting and it is going to disrupt everything. Everything that has happened with software in the last 25 years is going to happen with AI in probably 10, not 25. So the technology is here today, it's shaping the future. Let's be very interested, we be very vigilant as to what are the changes happening and try to get as much on board to get the changes, get on top of the changes and use them to our advantage. So let's begin with a very small layman introduction of what AI is. AI is mathematical matrix multiplication. AI models are nothing but a large matrix. The entire information, the fundamental discovery behind AI is that a matrix carries information. If you have a very large matrix, not just a 3 by 3 or a 4 by 4, but a matrix with, let's say, hundreds of thousands of parameters by millions of parameters or something like that, with the patterns in every uh, pixel of that huge matrix, the patterns are something which imbibe knowledge. That is the information, that is the fundamental discovery behind what AI is leading to. What the fundamental discovery behind AI is that a mathematical matrix carries information. Now, when we talk about training an AI model, what we're typically talking about is to create that huge matrix by letting it absorb data, the patterns from a huge set of data set. It could be millions of books, it could be millions of YouTube videos, it could be images, it could be videos, uh, audios, whatever the data set is. It would analyze all of them and start to imbibe the patterns in them. And there was a little thing called GPT-3, if you remember. That little thing is based on 175 billion parameters. That's a mathematical matrix. It, this matrix of 175 billion parameters was trained or created, the patterns were imbibed from using 45 terabytes of text data. So now, once you absorb uh, the patterns from a data set, the information from a data set, and put it onto a matrix, the way to get it out of the matrix is to do a simple matrix multiplication. So when we are juxtaposing the knowledge of the matrix and multiplying it with something like your prompt, we get an answer. That answer would be something very simple. It could be just one word, it could be a couple of words, or we could use it in a for loop and create an entire paragraph. So the technology right now is almost like autocomplete. It would complete the next word, and then the next word, and then the next word. But when we use it in a long loop, what we are doing is that it traces a path. It traces paths not to take. It takes a decision that this is the functions I can call and this is the functions I cannot call. So uh, the choices that it starts making are intelligent choices. The technology then imbibes something called intelligence. So using just an autocomplete system, whether the autocomplete system will follow this path or it will follow some other path, that simple thing is akin to making an intelligent decision. So let's talk about what AI is being thought of at the moment outside in the world right now. Today, AI is almost like an autocomplete. Everybody uses it to generate text, but we have to understand that it is the technology that can take intelligent decisions. It can choose to call a function, or it can choose to give you text, it can choose to give you an answer, and based on the prompt, it can take decisions. You can use this choice taking as something to automate a business process. You can use it like a small brain inside the automation. So, coming back to AI in SEO, now that we've talked that the higher order value in AI is not just to generate text, but to use it as an intelligent mechanism to control your automations or your automatic processes going on. Let's talk about how we can use that in SEO. As everybody would probably know, SEO is the process of adding value to your pages so that search engines can reliably send information or their traffic to you so that you can satisfy the users and you are able to give them the answers that they were searching on at the search engine. So the search engines are kind of outsourcing that uh, task of fulfilling the searches or the requirements at your level. There are two parts of SEO. One is called on page and off page. The other is off page. So on page is typically about the information that the person would find at your website, the information, the things which are bolded so that Google can understand what information is there in your page, how the information is structured, what kind of answers are there, what kind of keyword clouds are there, uh, are there any content gaps in your entire website, um, do images have all tags for people who are not able to easily see the images? Are there any videos? How fast are the page load? All of that stuff. The other part is called off page, which is the stuff which is backlinks or links that you would typically gain when, if you're doing a good job, uh, uh, other websites would link to you. So using those link structures, which is like a democratic voting system over the internet, uh, that way, that thing is called off page. So today, most people think that when we talk about AI and SEO, it is using ChatGPT for content writing. And that may be the case, but then that usage of ChatGPT is actually very stupid, because what we're doing is just we're making one content writing process faster. But if you see the entire value chain of how the user gets value out of your website, content writing is just a very small aspect of it. You could use ChatGPT to generate outlines. You could use ChatGPT to understand what a user could be searching for, what kind of images to give. But if you're just taking ChatGPT for writing content, it's a very lower value order function. So when we're talking about AI and SEO, what we're talking about, not just using AI to generate content, but what we're talking about is having a much more aggressive and a smarter strategy with proper tools to remain vigilant about how the user is getting value from our website. So what we're talking about is to, for example, make content smarter. How do we do that? For example, in traditional SEO, when a person is starting to write a piece of content, what they would do is understand what keywords to write on, understand what the competition is writing about, probably go to the competition, read some stuff, then come back, write something, put it up on your website, upload it, and then hope for the best. So, uh, this is the way traditionally SEO has been happening. Obviously, there are certain more nuances to it, but this is the way it's typically been happening. How AI can make this process much better, much faster, is that at every stage we're introducing automations. We're trying to make stuff work automatic in an intelligent manner. So, for example, when somebody is searching for keywords, they could use APIs like SEMrush and Ahrefs to get a load of content. But then what they would have to do manually was to remove keywords which were too competitive, to remove keywords with absolutely no value, very, very low traffic. So they would have to do a lot of manual work. But with AI, a lot of that can be automated, and AI would be able to look at a huge amount of data set, probably gotten from these APIs, and be able to shorten it to just 100 or 1,000 keywords. That is the meat of the matter, and these are the keywords that you should be focusing on. Once you've gotten a hold of a list of keywords that you're working on, the next step was to do content writing. Now, typically, the content writer would start and create some kind of outline and just go ahead and publish that. But why not make this process much more intelligent by understanding what the competition is for each research? So AI could Google each of those keywords, find a list of the competitors itself, go to the competitor's website, scrape them or understand them, note them, and read them to create an understanding of what are the keyword gaps that those people are not doing. What are different angles that we could present our information with, so that people could get much more value out of that. So, by doing intelligent competition research automatically, we can get a lot of help from AI if we have a proper action plan. So the action plan could not just be as to what to write about in that page, outline of those things, but it could also be suggestions like what synonyms to use, what keywords to use, what references to add, what kind of FAQs to add. And once the content writer writes a draft for it using this very intelligent brief, the content writer could submit it back to the AI, and AI could help refine those, that this angle has not been covered, or you should add more of your viewpoint regarding this point or that point. And AI could help you get a much better content which could provide a much more value to the reader or the user of the website. once the pages are also created by the content writer, a much more intelligent and automatic system would be to give it to AI, and AI would sync up with the other team members, say in social media, and release the content in sync with their social media campaigns, and also schedule some posts with them so that they create the post and they can backlink to this. So whenever the post is created, the traffic is coming to it from social media as well. And AI could also help in post management by suggesting meta information like what should be the title of the page, what should be the H1, H2, H3, or the headings, subheadings in the pages, what should be the meta description, what should be the alt tags for the images, and so on. So AI can make this process also much better. Now that the post gets published, another use that an intelligent automatic system could help you with AI, with SEO, is that it could keep an eye out for rankings. If our ranking dips, it gives you intelligent recommendations as to what exactly to do, why the rankings are dipping. It could keep an eye out on the competition's content enhancements, which were um, after your content, so that you could have a competitive strategy based on what your competitor is doing. So it could prompt the appropriate team members. It could prompt the person in the graphic design team to create better infographics. It could prompt somebody in the social media team to have more social media traffic towards certain segments of the website, and so on. So when we use all of this process very intelligently, what we do is that we enable our team to go to transcend from just going to 30 or 50 old SEO with zero new pages to having a much bolder new strategy where the team could easily find out long tail keywords which were difficult to target earlier or find out earlier. Then it could easily create a drafted memo so that it was much easier to write content on that. So the team could be much more aggressive. It could add many more new keywords, much more newer content. It could vitalize your website in the way that it's gone from a sleepy 50-page website to a website which is adding 500 keywords, 500 new pages every year. And all of that content could be very smart as well because AI is helping you scrape content from competition and understand what to write, what not to write, what are the areas to focus on. The third thing that we talked about was that AI could have a constant vigilance eye on our own rankings. So if our rankings were going down due to some reason, some backlinks being lost, some bad links appearing for our site, AI could alert the team members appropriately and it could brief them as to what to do exactly. So this is how we think AI could really supercharge the SEO system going forward. Thank you. We run this site called aiassistedSEO.com. This is this website. This graph and everything is what we have. And the approach that we've just talked about is exactly something that we are creating as a service. So if you're interested in getting a lot of traffic for your site and just supercharging your organic outreach, do reach out to us and we'll be able to help you for that. Okay. Thank you.